We're back. So if you're just tuning in, this is OnPoint Experience, and again, I say this a lot. One of my favorite segments of our show, you know, we have many segments, Dad Time, Conversation Piece, Single Mom Chronicles. In the past, we've had Financially Fit. We've had The More You Know, Tech Tips. But I want to say this is our third month in the making of the OnPoint Scholar segment. The OnPoint Scholar segment is to acknowledge, recognize, and to highlight the young people that are doing great things, whether they are an artist, whether they are a singer, a vocalist rather, an actor, or an athlete in this case. They are doing their thing outside of school, but more importantly, they're also doing their thing inside the school. And so this day, this month of March, we have the pleasure of acknowledging our next OnPoint Scholar. And Ron, I want to ask you to take it from here. I know you were looking at me like, are you going to do this? No.
It wouldn't be the first time, so I'm just waiting for my.
No.
I'm just waiting for my cue.
No, I want to make sure that you got it.
I appreciate it because
okay,
I'm excited about this one because, you know, we, especially during tournament time, we love watching the athleticism of our athletes and the things they can do on the court. But I love when we have people, like you said, who are getting it done in the classroom as well. So I'm really excited to introduce the OnPoint listeners to our young man we got at the table right here. His name is Ismael Massoud.
How's it going?
Hey, good, man. Let me tell people a little bit of what's going on with this young man. I'm going to give y'all some of his statistics. 3.6 GPA. Okay. More important than any points on the court, we're talking about an outstanding student right here. SAT score, let's talk about a 1220 on the SAT right there. Brother, where were you when I was coming up? I could have used a 1220.
Okay.
But now on the court, two-time all NEPSAC AA first team, second team all New England, MVP at the Empire Invitational here in New York, the most outstanding player at the 2019 Hoophall Classic. If you are at the Hoophall, you are something special. Right. We are with the most outstanding player of the Hoophall Classic. USA Today, first team All-State in the state of Massachusetts, and you can find him ranked in the Rivals 150. OnPoint listeners, we are glad to have Mr. Ismael Massoud joining us on the OnPoint Experience right now.
Happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Listen, man, first and foremost, congratulations, bro. We are so proud of what you're doing, what you've already accomplished. We know the road is right in front of you, so we understand have you committed? You are tell everybody where you're going.
Committed and signed to Wake Forest University.
Wake Forest, coached by the legend Danny Manning,
yes, sir.
Who I personally don't like because he was a problem when I came up. We graduated the same year, and he hurt my Oklahoma Sooners when he was the most outstanding player of the Final Four, bringing Kansas to the chip then. But you have the opportunity to go and play for, again, a true basketball legend. His dad was a coaching legend. He's a legend. What made you pick Wake Forest?
I mean, just like you said, playing for Coach Manning, the whole coaching staff has pro experience that is unmatched in the country. And then also the academic part of it. The school is a really good school, academically and community-wise. So it was just an opportunity I couldn't pass on.
So what's your major? What are you looking at in terms of major?
I was hoping you guys were going to answer that. I'm not sure
well,
yet.
Let's change this. What are you interested in off the court?
I'm interested in like film, stuff like that.
Nice.
Film. My dad, he produces for a TV show, so stuff like that. Film, not acting, but just film.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's excellent. Well, let me ask you this last question. I'm gonna turn over to the other host. I'm getting
okay.
greedy
Thank
right
you.
now.
It's all right.
I'm getting greedy right
Go
now.
ahead, do your thing.
I believe that greatness is a consistent characteristic in us. Like, you're not going to be a great ball player and lousy in other aspects of your life. Mm-hmm. So from your perspective, what have you carried over from the student that you are, your classwork, onto the court? And what have you taken from the court that you take into the classroom?
Well, the classroom to the court, I just feel like it's really hard to get like all hundreds, but you could strive for the.
You close.
Yeah, you could strive to get hundreds. So I feel like if you just try and put all you got into it, and I take that to the core, just try and put all I have onto the core, and just at any point just try and work as hard as I can and get as much done as possible.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay, how was it playing for the PSA Cardinals?
It was great. It's the best AU program in the country. They just, off the court and on the court, they just teach you how to be a man, and then on the court, they just want what's best for you, want everyone to go to college for free. And
Nice.
You play with Cole?
yeah, I play with Cole.
How was
That's
it
my
playing
guy.
with Cole?
And he's a really good, great player and a great friend of mine. And it was really impressive to see how he deals with all the cameras and stuff like that, being the highest ranked player in the country.
Right.
So I took a lot and learned a lot from him.
Right. I know that was like a rock star team. Huh?
Yeah, it was. it was.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
no. So I just wanted to say you decided to go to the school right now that you're attending. We were just talking about New York talent leaving New York City and going to other parts of the country to finish their high school education. What was your thinking and decision making of deciding to go to the McDuffie School, which is an excellent school as well?
I felt like it had nothing to do with like the talent or anything, the competition in New York, because the best players, in my opinion, come from New York. I just felt like I needed to go somewhere where academically and athletically I reclassed after my sophomore year, giving myself an extra year of high school, because I felt like at the point where I was in my basketball career, I needed that extra year to be ready for college and to put myself in the best situation to get to the next level. So that's really what it came down to. It had nothing to do with really New York. It's just my personal situation.
And how was that different? How was the difference in education and academics as well in that school versus where you were?
Over there, everyone is it's like 15 people in the class, and it's really like hands-on. The teachers, like every day there's extra help that as a basketball player we're mandatory to go to, and it's just really hands-on. And then you can always go talk to any adult. Not that you can't do that here, but it's because it's so little. It's not that many kids in each class. It's really hands-on and stuff, and it comes down to you over there.
I think a lot of people don't understand the demands on a top-level athlete. So to be able to maintain your grades as well as being a premier athlete is tough to do. How do you handle managing your time between workouts, training, studying? How do you handle your time?
I'm gonna be honest. My if it wasn't for my mom, I couldn't say that. I would
Say
be,
that
Shout out to mom. Shout out to mom.
I don't think I would be the.
Again.
I don't think I would be the student I am now, because she instilled in me early that if I didn't get good grades that I wouldn't be able to play. So because of her, I'm able to do that, and that's where all my time management and stuff like that comes from. So it's tough, but if you know how to manage it properly, it's easy.
All right, this is a question you may not want to answer on the radio, but I'm going to ask
But don't
it.
ask.
I'm not going to ask. My job as the journalist to ask the tough questions. He's got to learn how to say no comment.
He's going to get a lot of interviews.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to learn how to handle this pressure. So here's the pressure right now. I'm gonna put on you right now. What does Ismael need to do to make his game better? What do you need to do to get to the next level for yourself?
Everything. That's how I look at it. Every day I need to work on everything. But it starts, you can't just work on everything at once. It has to be small things. So for me right now, I'm working on like my body, my ball handling, because the next level, I'm not playing against 18, 19-year-olds. It's 23, 24-year-olds. So that's really for me.
You ready for Zion?
Yeah, I'm ready for anyone. I'm ready for anyone. Ready for anyone.
Who do you work out with?
I work out with coach named Secret Stubblefield that I've been working out with since I was in 6th grade, and that's on the court. And then off the court, I work out with About You, NYC, Coach Alex and Coach George, Coach Tyler. I also been working out with them since I was in middle school, so that's more strength and conditioning. And on the court, I work out with, her name is Coach Secret.
Have you ever heard of Jerry Powell?
Jerry Powell.
Okay, because I spoke to him yesterday, and I was like, hey, I want you to meet this young man. Jerry Powell work out LeBron, KD, like you could YouTube him, and I was telling him about you. So in the future, if you want a pro workout, that's what he does, work out
sure.
pros. Who was the hardest guard the person you had to guard the hardest? Who was the hardest opponent you had to deal with?
I probably would say my sophomore year when I was at Hayes, when I played against Shamori Pons.
Okay.
He probably was the hardest I had to
St.
guard.
John's.
Yeah,
Put in work.
Okay.
Put in work
probably
at
was
St.
the hardest I
John's.
had to guard.
Okay.
Yeah, he was tough.
You mentioned your mom, and you have seems like you've had a lot of people investing in your success on and off the court. because you never just say basketball. You say on and off the court, on and off the court. Your AAU program, everybody's helped you off the court. Who are your influences? Who are your mentors? The people, because no one's successful by themselves. So who's on Team Ismael?
Well, obviously my parents, my mom and my dad, and my brothers, and then the two coaches I just mentioned, Coach Secret and Coach Alex. But then also I had, when I was in 8th grade and I was deciding what high school I wanted to go to, I met someone named Jeremy Pridgeon. He became my mentor, and he helped me through this whole basketball thing, because I really had no idea about like how big it really is and how many people are involved in it. So he really helped me, like, put me in the right places to be successful, along with my high school coach, Jock Rivera. He's a really big mentor for me, because I've been living at school for 3 years. So when I'm over there, he's really like my parental figure. So I would say those people.
Was it an easy transition going from, I guess, Hayes to McDuffie?
For me, I feel like it was, because I already had some stuff that was instilled in me from my parents on like what's not like ethically and morally what I should and shouldn't be doing. But it was still tough, because there's only so much. Like, I have school the whole day, and then I could be in the gym, but at certain times I get bored, so I have to find ways to entertain myself. But I just realized to just go work out.
It should be easier to go from here now to Wake Forest.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really prepared when I go to Wake Forest.
When you went to Wake Forest, what was the first thing? You were accepted to a number of schools, and I don't want to go through that long, like 50 list of schools, right? But when you went to Wake Forest and visited the facilities, what was it that made you say, along with, I guess you mentioned before the academic stuff, but what made you say, okay, this is it?
When they were talking about how they're about to have a whole new facility being made for just the basketball players, and how the strength coach and the coaching staff are just really individualized onto everyone individually getting better. And I just know how determined I am to get better for myself, that I'm going to make the most out of that opportunity and all the stuff that they have there for me to get better. So that's really what it was.
Well, you sound like you have a really strong voice of conviction, Ismael, and first of all, we are just very proud of you.
Thank you.
Great thing.
You have people that
Thank
don't
you.
know you that's proud of you.
Right.
You should know that.
That's
No
right.
pressure. No pressure.
Right.
But
We watching
for
you from
young
now on, you
people,
ours.
there's young people that are in this game, that want to get in this game, that are thinking about it. What type of advice would you give them?
If I was to talk to, like, the other day I went to go talk to
You talk to 8-year-old Ismael. What would you say?
I would just say just keep working. Like, don't pay attention to who's the best 14-year-old, who's the best 8th grader, because none of that really matters. It's as long as you believe in yourself and you're willing to put the work in, you could be as good as you want to be. So that's
what kind of obstacles have you had? You've clearly had a lot of success.
Yeah.
What kind of challenges? Like, have you had the people trying to take advantage of your skills?
I wouldn't even say that. I just said, like, for me, I always feel like not underrated, but I feel like I don't get
Your props.
the props. But it's not that I want it. It's just I know how hard I work,
Right.
and eventually it'll show. But even when I was younger, like when I was at Hayes, people just said, like, I'll always get, oh, he's just tall, he's not that good. I said, okay, just wait. Just
Right.
Just wait.
Right.
Yeah, just
Now,
wait.
I was joking a minute ago about, are you ready for Zion? But you're going to the ACC.
Yeah.
Big time ball down there. McDonald's All-Americans flock down there. And on a night in and night out basis, you're going to be going up against the best. What are they going to get when they play against you?
I was just about to say, they're going to be going against the best, too.
That's right.
That's right.
I'm
That's
not-
right.
McDonald's All-American, it don't matter.
It's overrated at times.
Yeah. None of that means anything once you're on the court. They play basketball just like I do. They lace their shoes up just like I do. So, just like I'm going against the best, they going against the best.
Absolutely.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Absolutely.
Wake Forest, y'all hear what y'all getting, right?
Right.
Who do you model your game after?
I couldn't even say one person. I mean, growing up, my favorite player was KD. But as I got older and I watched more basketball, KD, Paul George, Jason Tatum, now Luka, Lonzo Ball, like all of those people. I try and take as much as I can from everyone.
What is the best thing you think is your asset to a team that you do?
I work hard. I'll always be, if not one of the hardest workers on the team. And then on the court, I feel like my versatility and my shooting instantly be able to translate to any level. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Okay.
All right, big word for you now. Leadership skills. If you had to rank yourself as a leader, 1 through 10, what kind of leader are you?
I would say this year was a big year for me in leadership because I was captain. So I would say right now 7, and I'm improving. I feel like this year I was really good at being a leader, but I also need to get better at it because it was something new for me, being like the clear, obvious leader of a team. So I need to get better at it, but I would say 7.5.
What are the expectations of being a leader?
I mean, this year we didn't win the championship, but for me, I try and hold everyone accountable to how I hold myself, and sometimes that's tough because you have to realize that not everyone is willing to put the work in as much as you are, but you have to try and hold them to it and try and elevate your teammates as much as possible. So that was what's tough for me.
And it's not just physical.
That's right.
I'm going to say one of the best examples of leadership I saw this year, UCLA had a big game.
Yeah, I seen that.
Big-time freshman. Their big man got fouled late in the game, missed clutch free throws. And when they called timeout, he had his head hung. And the point guard ran up behind him and just grabbed his chin and pushed his head up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he didn't say
That
a
was
word,
great.
but that's leadership right there. Just showing you, yo, we're team. I got your back. You get the next one, big fella. You know, leadership is showing a lot. You don't have to be the loudest person on the court to be a leader.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, you know, showing it, like your work ethic and saying, holding you accountable. I'm in the gym. Why aren't you in the gym?
Yeah.
That's leadership also. And I'm studying. I got a 1220. Why aren't you studying, getting 1220s?
Right.
That's important.
That's
That's
right.
real leadership. Because if you're not on the court, you're not available to us. You're letting the team down when you're messing up in the classroom. So that's important also to be showing your teammates what character looks like. So that's an important aspect.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the academics is a part of leadership anyway. So some kids think it's just basketball, and then when they see what you're doing academically, it could give an incentive to a kid that think he just play ball.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just unfortunate they just play ball and they don't want to be held accountable academically. So you being good in the, doing the books is a way that you have leadership and not even knowing it.
Yeah. I always try to make sure like everyone's done all their work because if you don't do the work, they can't go to the gym, and if you can't go to the gym, you're not gonna be able to get better and help the team. So
Right.
that's what I try to tell my teammates.
Isn't it a fantastic conversation to have young males say, yo, what did you get on your SAT? Or what did you do in your grade? What did you do on your test?
Yeah.
Like those conversations I would like to hear more of, and I'm glad that we're hearing that.
Right.
And I love that the first two numbers on your bio are your GPA and your SAT score.
Yeah, that's dope.
Like I don't even know what you average a game, but
That's why I didn't put that down because I didn't want to put numbers I ain't know, but I'm sure it was a lot of points though.
listen, everybody know how many buckets they got this year. You know every point you scored this year. No, it's great because you sound like a team first individual, and that's an important thing. Your humility is, I think, the marking of a great person because you're admitting, yeah, I'm good, but I got room to grow.
Right.
And listen, I'm just super impressed sitting across the table from you right now.
Thank
I
you.
can tell you're going to do great things.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to fill out my bracket next year and say, yo, that's my man right there.
Yeah.
As these kids get older, you get to say, kids on
Right.
these different teams. No, it's awesome. So this is the thing I always put, the youth athlete on the spot. If you had something to say to your parents that you'd never said to them already, this is the opportunity to say what you need to say to your parents as you're moving on to the next level.
I think of everything. Without them, I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't even be
literally.
Literally, and everything. Just how they raised me and the ethics and morals they instilled in me. It's just I really see the difference between how I live my life and how I look at things compared to some other kids who aren't as fortunate as me. So it really makes me really humble and appreciative and grateful for the parents that I have.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Well, that's excellent. Well, Ismael Massoud, you want to close this out?
Listen, it has been an honor to sit across from you. We are so impressed with what you've accomplished, and we know you're just getting started.
Yeah, just getting started. Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me for sure.
Oh no,
My
this
first
is
radio or
is
first
that right?
interview. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, first one.
You gotta remember us when you get
Right.
big time.
So when Stephen A. screaming at you, be like, nah, you're not as tough as they weren't on point. Just Okay, well, OnPoint scholar Ismael Massoud, we hope to hear great things from you. Please tag us when you do great things. Even when you need any type of assistance, we're here from you. You have some great resources around this table, and we just want to thank your parents as well.
Yes.
And your brothers. Your brothers are doing great things too.
Thank you.
Yeah, you want to give a shout out to them?
Yeah, my brother he just committed to Rutgers as well, and then I went to my youngest one. I just went to go watch one of his play. He was performing yesterday. He's acting for his 8th grade.
get out of here!
his 8th grade
Congratulations!
play, yeah, so it was pretty cool.
That's what's
We
up.
love it. We love it.
Okay, we'll be back. Queen Dream, take us out.